Let's go to the 16th century. Okay, this is me again. Um, this started when I was invited by a very well-known theatre personality in US, and so this was a residency, but among world selected theatre people, architects, designers, writers, actors. It was a mix of about 50 people, and this was my first residency in US. So after this residency, I was visiting New York City, and I saw this Metropolitan Museum, which is like a normal common museum where we have these old things, which is normally not from of my interest as much. But out of my surprise, when I visited a very small room, half of this room, there were sculptures from this size to this size, okay, and it was stating, the room was stating as an Italian sculptures, and the expressions, the porcelain and everything, it was pretty loud, and Italian culture is not that loud like Asian, like Chinese, and the features and everything was pretty Chinese, you know, very Asian, and that's what interested me, and I just captured with my camera just randomly. And when I was just seeing these images again and again, I found it much more interesting to recreate the whole and to become a sculpture, to perform a sculpture as a still. So this is that series where these are again like posters. That's called 16th century porcelain Italian sculptures in Metropolitan Museum, New York, and those were placed during the Kalagoda festival, and as like large 2 by 3 feet size. 3 by 4 feet size in a self-standing thick aluminum frames with glass in different locations outside the Jahangir Museum Art Gallery. So people come across those as if it's a declaration of something, as if it's about a show or something, you know, and that's how it worked. So that's what I call more of installation, where people come across, the way people come across your work, that's more of installation. Go to the second one. It's a series of 3. Just go back to the first one. Yeah. Now again, I started playing with different materials, non-real materials. Now I could have used clothes, I could have used hats, modifying it such a way, but I wanted to use every synthetic material, which is apart from their original use, you know. So you will see the artifacts are actually made, the costumes are made by me, myself, painted by myself, and the birds you see there, they are made of paper mache, plaster and colors and melamine spray, and hats are also like that. So that's where with this series I started working with different plastics, different synthetic materials, which is not real, and I want them not to look real, you know. The makeup and everything is also again very plasticky because it represents porcelain. And I was also interested in playing more about scales, the complexity of scales, where you do not know that, you may think that these are maybe this small sculptures, if I don't tell you that this was it is, and you don't realize that these are life size. But at one point you see that and you realize that oh, these are life sized. So there is a complexity of scales which was interesting for me to play with. Okay, this was my first solo with Chatterjee and Lal in 2006. This is a lot to do with films because it has a narration, it has characterizing in such a way that it has a story, and this body of work has been largely discussed in art film appreciation course in Pune Institute, FTI, right? FTI is the name, right? Yeah, in Pune Institute has been discussed in length. So we'll see that. This is about this. The show was called Nainan Kismara, which is imaginative name. There's nobody like that, and it was a retrospective to this woman who is presented as she is celebrated like a pastry person, but pastry people, you don't know what they're celebrated for, you know, and at a point it doesn't become relevant to know that what they're known for, they are just there, yeah, and they become a personality, and then you know about them, what they do, how they celebrate their birthdays, you know, things like that. So there was a very light story of this person, and about her, how things happened to her. So, and it's a height of media, and it's a height of celebrityhood. That's what I was interested in trying with. And one very interesting thing with any kind of art is that you do it, you produce it, and you keep it open so that the viewer can receive it with their own reference, and not about what I say, you know, and that's the way it should be. This was like a like a Stardust cover page, you know, where celebrities want themselves to be caught as if they don't know, but they want to be pictured like that. So there were these movements, and the areas you were supposed to see, they are pixelated. You know, with Indian censor mentality, and with the Indian media sensibility, it's more of pixelated. You know, when you see English channels or Hollywood film channels, certain areas, certain parts of the screen is pixelated. We are not supposed to see, but pixelation makes you more curious to see it more than what it is. You know, so here in the entire series, the pixelated area is supposed to be seen, supposed to be found. Okay, this was the height of celebrityhood to promote one's own fragrance, like how celebrities do their fragrances with their names. So this is the self body odor. Celebrities' body odor has been sold as a perfume. You know, this was a poster for that, and at that time I think this Shilpa Shetty controversy was there, and you know, the picture had this, there was her navel seeing there, and then it was pixelated in the pictures. I mean, I don't know what's the big deal with showing the navel, because it's everywhere, people see it in saris also. So yeah, so that was one of the posters, yeah.